What's going on, Team MG? It's your boy, Michael Gascon, and I'm here with you today to show you how to get a horse pivoting on his hindquarters, or easier said, moving those shoulders. Now, once you've started with the horse and you've gained their respect and their undivided attention, you've done kindergarten and first grade, and you decide, hey, I want to pivot on this, you have enough control of their head, and you already have control of their hindquarters, the last of the three parts is the shoulders. I say three parts. I know a lot of people around the world say there's 5 body parts that you can move on a horse. They're head, neck, shoulders, ribs, and hindquarters. But you got to think, if you can control the head and the shoulders, the neck's obligated to go wherever you want it. And if you can control the shoulders and the hindquarters, the ribs are obligated to go wherever you want them. So I want to make it even simpler. You know, my grandpa was real famous for saying, kiss, son. Kiss what? Keep it simple, stupid. And that's one of the things that has really helped my career along, is I try to keep it as simple as I can with the horse. So the only thing that I want to be in control of is the horse's head, shoulders, and hindquarters. Today we're going to see if we can move his shoulders. He's a 13-year-old spotted saddle horse, and today's his first day of training. He just got here, and he had a real bad problem of flipping over backwards, and we're trying to remove that. We haven't even gotten the saddle yet, but we want to get those body parts moving, because again, rearing is just resistance. The only 3 things that a horse can do from the saddle is buck, run, and rear. All 3 things, they have to have their head locked out and centered. So if we can control left and right and not let him lock out his head, he won't be able to do these things with us. So I've already done a video with him on disengaging his hindquarters, where I move back to his back end and I start putting pressure on his hindquarters until he moves them. I'm going to step here to the side, and I'm going to put a hand right here to the back of his cheek and see if I can get him to move over. And release. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. That's it. Notice, whenever I'm doing this and I ask him to move over, from point of the shoulder, which is here, to point of the shoulder, which is here, in front of that, I see red. This is the red area. This is where you can get struck or bit. So whenever I'm asking those shoulders to move, notice how I'm always standing outside of the shoulder. Even if he really bends his head around, I don't want to step in front of those, because he could have his head bent to the side and still throw a strike. So by standing from the side, again, one hand on his lower cheek here, when he sees his hand come up, this is going to invite him to move his head that way. And then by pressuring the shoulder, it's going to be very obvious what I'm asking. There we go. So notice, I ask nicely by putting my hands up, and then I start clicking as a warning, and the very next thing that I do is start putting pressure. And I do it just like that. Ask nicely, give a warning, put pressure. Ask nicely, give a warning, put pressure. Good. Good boy. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to do the same thing. Good boy. So you see, to one side, he's more resistant to the other side. That's completely okay. We're all right-handed or left-handed, so we're all going to have one side that we are easier to than the other. Notice when he started to pick his head up and do the wrong thing, that we just stuck to our guns. We stayed out of harm's way, but we made sure to keep the pressure going. If he tries to step forward, we just put a little pressure on him. There we go. And just like that, no horsemanship stick, no whip, no anything. We have the horse moving off of our pressure, just because we were very clear with what we're asking. If your horse tries to step off, you can just put a little pressure to keep him from getting forward momentum. We want him to paint a picture very clearly that the only way he's out of that pressure is by moving off to the side. Whenever we start riding, we're going to do the same thing. If we want the hindquarters to move, we're only going to put pressure on the hindquarters. If we want those shoulders to move, we're only going to put pressure on his neck and his shoulder with our feet. And that's how we're going to get it done in the saddle. Well, tell me how it goes at home. Send some comments and let us know how your experience goes. And stay tuned, and we will give you a video in the saddle to show you how it's done in the saddle. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to get in the comments below and give us your feedback. Let us know what all problems you're having, if you're having any problems with the steps, if there's more videos or problems that you would like to see. We just want to better help you bond with your horse and help fix some of your equine problems and reach your equine goals.